everyone. If you're new here, welcome. Maybe consider subscribing. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Tyler, and this is Dark River Paranormal. I'm going to start things off today to give you a little bit of the history. This is part 3 of the Woodland Cemetery visit number 2. I had to do a part 3 because it needed a little bit of an explanation to why I had to edit out a part of the video. And it's just got a lot more to unfold than what this part 3 will even do. I'll have to go back, but starting with the history of Woodland Cemetery that I've recently found out. Those of you who are from Quincy, you might know this, but I didn't, but I'm not originally from Quincy. So the history is as follows. Doing a little digging. Before Woodland Cemetery was established, there was 2 cemeteries in Quincy. When Woodland Cemetery started being built and landscaped and surveyed, they started exhuming the bodies in the existing cemeteries in Quincy and moved them to Woodland. So here in the future, I will be visiting. I'm trying to figure out where the second site was, but the first site is at 24th and Main, where Madison Park is located right now. That might be really interesting in and of all itself. There may be those lost souls from the bodies that were moved. I don't know if they're that old. We don't know. The spirit realm is a realm that nobody knows for sure. But that is my goal with this channel, is to learn and find out as much as I can and expand my knowledge and maybe your guys' knowledge. But anyway, the other location they said was Jefferson Park. We don't have a Jefferson Park in Quincy, so I have to figure out. It probably won't take a lot of digging. I had to take a week off. I had some things to take care of at home, and we had Halloween and stuff like that. I have 2 kids. You know how things go. I mean, I don't know. Some of you may know how things go. But anyway, so on the second visit, we're going to start off this. Anybody who has been watching my channel, there's not a whole lot of you, but anybody who's been watching would hear me reference my medium. My medium is a family member. She does not want to disclose her name at this point because she doesn't really want her mediumship to be known by everybody. She's kind of closeted it at this time. So, on that second visit, I edited out a couple minutes worth of audio because when I started talking to the spirits about crossing over, they called out my medium by name. And when I asked if they wanted this person to help them, they got excited and they were like, "Today?" And like had some other references into coming to that person's house, that family member's house, and some other things, and I was just like, whoa. Well, I had said in the video, I don't know if I added that part out fully, but I had said, this person doesn't live near here. They might come out if that's something you guys want. I'll have to talk to them, yada yada yada. When I left, I had called that person and told them some of the information that I had heard, and they were like, whoa, that's bizarre. Well, this could be coincidence, could not be, may not be, but when I called, we had a lot of interference in the phone call, which I work out of my vehicle on a daily basis. I use the Bluetooth to my vehicle every day. I've never made a phone call and had this happen before. It would do kind of what YouTube videos sometimes do, where they lag behind and then all of a sudden fast forward up to the point that you're watching, usually in like a time when it's buffering or something like that. So this was doing that, but to my voice coming through, and then it would come through in weird static. My family member, her voice would come through in static and get all choppy and weird. Didn't think much of it. Well, little did I know. The medium thought it was kind of weird, but she didn't want to deal with it yet, and that's something she might do in the future. She wasn't 100% with it. So that leads me to what happened that night. So that night, the story goes that she was awoken at midnight to her smoke alarms going off. And her smoke alarms are hardwired, but they were going off like they had a dead battery. That's weird. Never happened since she lived there, but she was just like ignoring it, thinking that, something's breaking. She's been having a lot of issues with things in her house breaking, so she was like, oh great, another thing malfunctioning. Well, then she has a ultrasonic face cleanser that she has in her bathroom to open the pores on the face, whatever it's for. She was awoken to that thing turning on and off, on and off, on and off. And so then she's like, what the hell? She gets up, she turns it off, she messes with the smoke alarms. They're not doing anything anymore. She's like, what's going on? And goes back to bed. She was awoken often throughout the night to both of those things, which was weird. And then she woke up the next morning, she woke up that morning. Nothing too crazy was happening, but she was having some work done in her house. So she usually goes and unlocks the door so the contractor can let himself in when he gets there in the morning. And she goes to unlock the door, and the door was unlocked. But not only unlocked, it was opened a little bit. Now, this person lives way out in BFE. She is very adamant on locking her doors and making sure they're shut. I don't know if any of you guys live in BFE, but when you tend to live around livestock and cattle and all the kinds of animals that are around that area, there's a lot of flies. So the doors are always shut. They're never left open. And it's a habit that they're always closed. So that was kind of alarming to her. So she calls me that morning. She's like, what the hell did you bring to my house? And I was like, well, they did say they wanted your help, and some of them did say today. And I was like, maybe try crossing them over. Maybe that's what they want. So later on that afternoon, she did so. And that was interesting as well. So her story, to me, a lot of the details and names are kind of lost because both I'm not good at relaying stories 100% word for word, but when she was telling me all this, she didn't write it all down, and so when she tried to recall any of it, she couldn't recall the names, she couldn't recall that. There was a few names that she could recall, and that I remembered from when she initially told me. But anyway, so she attempted to cross these souls over. When she started to focus on it, she got a heavy feeling like her arms and legs and shoulders were weighed down with sand. As she started to ask them, usually go when you're crossing spirits over. Once again, I don't know 100%. This is stuff I'm looking into because I think that's part of what I'm supposed to do with this gig is to help these spirits rather than just capitalize on it. So she started going through it, like if there's any spirits here, please try to find your way to the light. Your family is there waiting for you, your pets are there waiting for you, there's no reason for you to be stuck here, so on and so forth. As she's saying this and putting her intention out there to cross them over, she started getting names, and some of the names were names that were shouted out from my spirit box in both the first time I went to Woodland and the second. A couple of the prominent ones were Mark and Lori and Joe, and there was a few others. Now, this is where things get touchy for some people, and I'm going to start by saying I am not religious. Now, doing this line of work and doing what I do, it has pushed me into religion more than I have ever been. Like common prayer to use to go into ghost hunting is the prayer of Saint Michael, the archangel, and theology explains some of this better than reality can sometimes, which is weird because usually religion doesn't like talking or giving any reference to ghosts and all of that, or paranormal in general. But the common thread between all the souls that were crossed over was that they felt like they weren't good enough to go to the light. Now, as heartbreaking as that sounds, I honestly, it's open for interpretation. Anybody that watches this, put your theory below in the comments. I'm open to hearing it all. I listen to Darkness Radio often. I listen to Coast to Coast AM. I don't watch too many of the paranormal TV shows, but what ones I do watch, a lot of them have the same or similar concepts. But they felt like they weren't good enough to go to the light, meaning that when you don't go to the light, then you're stuck here. So would that mean that this is hell? Or like a purgatory? I don't know. But that's part of what I want to keep doing. I want to dig. I want to help these spirits if they're really stuck here. Now, I haven't had anything happen from the demonic realm or the satanic realm, nor do I 100% believe that that exists. My opinion, I've heard a similar opinion to mine recently. That is why I kind of like doing this alone. And that's sometimes when you're in a large group ghost hunting, people can tend to manifest things. And that's not what I want to deal with. Some people want evil. Some people can't believe in the paranormal without something extravagant happening to them. What I do is, some of it's mundane, but it is insane to me that I get responses off of a spirit box. It is insane to me that my EMF meter goes off without holding it near anything that would emit electromagnetic frequency. So therefore, I would like answers. Like I said earlier, that's my whole goal of this channel, is to find answers. I want to broaden my horizons. I want to maybe be a professional ghost hunter. You never know. Do I really like calling them ghosts? No. They're spirits. They're spirits just like we were and are a spirit with a human body attached to it. So anyway, that's the story. After she crossed them over and in her mind saw little balls of light shoot to the light, the sandbag feeling, the feeling of being weighted down, lifted off of her, and things for the most part stopped. For the most part. She still has some things that happen in her house that she can't explain. But she already kind of had a ghost or a spirit that was messing with stuff in her house before this. It just ramped up after talking to me, which kind of made me feel bad. But like I said, it's a family member, so she'll get over it. But anyway, I hope this video finds you guys well. Like I said earlier, I will be making some new videos. Oh, I'll touch on this. I went back to the Dollar General that my first investigation was based off of. Now that's an interesting story too, but I'll have another video after I revisit that place again, because I went there and I didn't get much. Wasn't that there wasn't any spirits there. It was just that they didn't want to talk to me. And their reasoning for not talking to me was pretty interesting. Basically, I was told by my medium that, because I did this before I went to Woodland, they were mad that I didn't bring anything for them or do anything for them, and that I was just coming there for myself, for this channel, which is interesting too. Like, am I supposed to help cross them over? Like in my very first video, I'm pretty sure you can hear me in the background saying, I'd like to move you guys to the light if that's what you'd like, and it didn't work. I mean, granted, I was new and I don't know what I'm doing, but that's interesting, and I don't know what to do. So I'm going to approach it differently. I'm going to come there with some things that they might like, kind of like how some of the people idolize or remember their dead by leaving a meal out at dinner. I might bring some things that they might want or would like to touch. Like the medium said something about tobacco. Maybe I'll bring a tobacco pipe and some tobacco. And man, would that make a good video if he just sparked that thing up right in front of me, huh? But then Eagle's Nest Hotel. That might be coming into fruition here pretty soon as well. That building was listed by a real estate agent through a real estate company that I might be able to get access to it. So that might be coming soon as well. But once again, I hope this video found you guys well. I hope you enjoy any of the videos that I put out. Remember, leave a comment below on any of the other videos if you find this video first, letting me know what you see and hear, because it's really hard to listen to all these spirit box sessions and get all the words. Everybody can hear words differently. I even had my son, my 10-year-old son, helping me because what words I heard, he heard differently, and we kind of compared to try to figure out what some of the words were in my two or three videos that I have on Woodland. So that's I'm open for criticism, and anything that you guys hear or see, just comment it down below. On top of that, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to get monetized. I've been posting some videos to Rumble because I get monetized there, but I don't get any views because, I mean, I don't know how much the paranormal I don't know how much of the paranormal is interesting to the folks on Rumble. Granted, and I'm new to it too. I only have my own self as a follower, but one of my first videos I got monetized, got some views pretty quick and some rumbles, which are like likes on YouTube. But yeah, so once again, thank you guys for watching. Please consider subscribing, and please have a great day.